Hello dear children, today we shall be doing social studies. Get ready with your textbook and your pencil. We shall be doing lesson 1, the world we live in. What is the shape of art? Draw a circle around what you think it is the shape of art. Okay, do you think the shape of the art is this one or this one? So you have to circle which one do you think the shape of the art is. Okay, earlier, people believed that art was flat like a plate. They were afraid to travel too far. They thought that if they reached the edge of art, they may fall off it. The idea that the art was round was first suggested by Pythagoras, a Greek thinker in the 16th century BCE. We see only a small portion of art, hence it appears flat to us. Earlier means long time ago. People believed that art was flat like a plate. We see only a small portion of art, that is why it looks like a plate. And earlier, people were afraid to travel too far because they thought that if they reach the end or the edge of art, they may fall down. That is why they were very much afraid to travel. And the idea that the art is round was first suggested by Pythagoras, a Greek thinker. Okay. Art's shape is called geoid. The next one is globe. Look at this picture. This is a globe. Okay. A globe is a small model of the earth. The word globe comes from the Latin word globus, which means a round mass or sphere. A globe helps us to locate places on Earth. This is an example or a model of Earth. Okay, this is a globe. We can see the whole world in this globe. The word globe comes from Latin word globus, which means a round mass or a sphere. This globe helps us to search places or locate places on Earth. Okay. Poles and axes. Look at the picture of the globe given on page 232, this one. The topmost point of the Earth's surface is called the North Pole and the bottommost point is called the South Point. That means this point and this point. The topmost, this part is the North Pole and this bottommost part is called the South Pole. The imaginary line that passes through the center of Earth, connecting the North and the South poles, is called Earth's axis. The Earth rotates on its own axis. Notice that the globe is tilted on one side. Earth too is tilted to one side because its axis is tilted. You can imagine there is a line here that is imaginary line that connects the North Pole and the South Pole, that is the Earth's axis. Okay, here you can see that the globe is not in a straight line. It is tilted. That means slanting a bit. Earth is tilted because its axis is tilted. Now, let's do this exercise. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, the idea that the Earth is round was first suggested by Pythagoras. Tick Pythagoras. Number 2, a globe is a model of Earth. Tick a globe. Number 3, the topmost point of Earth's surface is called North Pole. Tick North Pole. The next one is latitude and longitudes. To locate places on Earth, imaginary lines have been drawn on its surface by geographers. They are called latitude and longitudes. Look at this picture, the globe here. These are imaginary lines drawn. Okay, can you see it? These lines drawn, they are called latitudes and longitudes. These lines, latitudes and longitudes, are drawn by geographers to locate places on Earth. Latitude. The equator is an imaginary horizontal line that runs around the middle of the Earth and divides the Earth into two equal halves called hemispheres. Underline the word hemispheres. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Look at this one. These are latitudes. These lines drawn are latitudes. This 0 degree, this part is the equator. This divides the earth into two equal halves. Okay, from 0 to 90 degree north, from 0 degree to 90 degree south, equal parts. This part is the northern hemisphere and this part is the southern hemisphere. Imaginary horizontal lines drawn parallel to the equator are called latitudes. They are called parallels. Underline the word parallels. These lines are parallels, okay? These lines are parallel to each other. That means they are equal. This part is equal. All are equal. Latitudes tell us how far north or south of a place from the equator. This latitude tell us the distance of the places from the equator. The equator is the longest latitude. It is also known as 0 degree latitude. This line is called the equator. It is the longest latitude. It is also known as 0 degree. Okay. Now, numbering the latitude. We start from the equator and mark it as 0 degree. See, we start from equator here, mark it as 0 degree. The other latitudes are marked from 0 degree to 90 degree on both sides of the equator towards the north and south. Okay, that means 0 to 90 degree north and 0 to 90 degree south. Latitudes are separated by a distance of 1 degree from each other. That means all these are equal. All these are 1 degree each. Okay. The North Pole is written as 90 degree north. The South Pole is written as 90 degree south. Other than the equator, there are 180 latitudes drawn on the surface of the earth. Some important latitudes. The North Pole, 90 degree north, here, 90 degree north, North Pole. The Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north, Arctic Circle here. The Tropic of Cancer, 23 degree north, 23.5 degree north. Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north. The equator here, the equator is 0 degree. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south here. The Arctic Circle, this part, is 66.5 degrees south. The South Pole is 90 degrees south. So these important latitudes are very important. You have to learn by heart. And draw this diagram in your notebook after you learn by heart. The next one is longitudes. The imaginary vertical lines that run from the North Pole to the South Pole are called longitudes. These are longitudes. Okay, these lines. These longitudes run from North Pole to South Pole. They are also called meridians. The longitude that passes through Greenwich, a village near London, is called the Greenwich Meridian or the Prime Meridian. It is also called the 0 degree longitude. Okay, this one is the Prime Meridian. Okay, the longitude passes through Greenwich, a village near London. This part is a Prime Meridian. It is a 0 degree. This longitude is the basis for calculating International Standard Time. Yeah, every country has different time zones. So this part, the longitude, this part is the foundation or the basis for calculating International Standard Time. Longitude tells us how far east or west of a place is from the prime meridian. Numbering the longitude. We start from the prime meridian and mark it as 0 degree. Here, 0 degree longitude. We start from prime meridian, 0 degree. Longitudes to the east of the prime meridian are marked 0 degree east to 180 degree east longitude. The longitude west to the prime meridian are marked 0 degree west to 180 degree west longitude. That means from here 0 degree to 180 degree east and 0 degree to 180 degree west. The longitude 180 degree east and 180 degree west are the same line. There are 360 meridians of longitude. Meridians are drawn at an interval of 1 degree. There are 360 meridians of longitude. Here, these meridians are altogether 360 meridians of longitude. Meridians are drawn at an interval of 1 degree. Between these lines are 1 degree each. Longitudes are not parallel lines, but they are all equal in length. They meet at the poles. Unlike latitudes, they are not parallel, but then they have the same length. Okay, they meet at the poles here. These are the poles. When latitudes and longitude cross each other, small boxes are formed. This entire set of imaginary squares in the form of grids. Its grid help us to correctly locate the places on a globe or on a map. Look at this globe carefully. These are longitudes and these are latitudes. So when they intersect, they form a square, a shape like square. These are called the grids. Okay, these help us to locate places on the earth. Let's do the exercise. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, the equator, tick equator, is an imaginary horizontal line. After you tick, you may write it here. The Arctic Circle is written as 66.5 degree north. Tick 66.5 degree north. Number 3, the 0 degree longitude is the basis for International Standard Time. Number 4, the longitudes 180 degree east and 180 degree west, tick 180 degree west, are the same line. Number 5, meridians are drawn at an interval of 1 degree. Tick degree. The next one is maps. A drawing of the whole or a part of Earth's surface on a flat sheet is called a map of Earth. See, all these are made. These are the images or the whole part of the earth. It is drawn on a paper or a sheet. These are called maps. Continents and oceans. Look at the globe. 70% of the earth is actually water. Now, calculate how much of the earth is made up of land. Let's look at this globe again. If you look at the globe carefully, most of the globe is covered with water. 71% of the earth is covered with water. If 71% is covered with water, then how many percent will be land on this earth? You have to calculate that. If you minus 71 out of 100, you will get 29, right? So very few part of the earth is covered with land. Continents. The large land masses of Earth are called continents. Earth has 7 continents. Each continent is made up of a number of countries. We have 7 continents. This continent is made up of different countries combined together. Okay, it is not the same number, but some countries form a continent. According to their size from the largest to the smallest, the continents are discussed on the following pages. Asia. It is the largest and the most populated continent. Some of the oldest civilizations of the world have their origin here. Our country, India, is situated in South Asia. So we belong to Asian continent, okay? And Asia continent is the largest and the most populated. Populated means many people, many human beings live, okay? Africa, it is the second largest continent of the world. It is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, the equator, the Tropic of Capricorn passes. This Tropic of Cancer, equator, and Tropic of Capricorns you will study in the higher classes. These latitudes passes through this continent Africa. This continent, this is Asian continent, this is African continent. Okay, so different countries combine and form a continent. North America and South America. North America and South America are separated from one another by a Panama Canal. Okay, North America, this is North America, this is South America. Antarctica. It lies in the South Pole region. It is called the White Continent since it is covered with ice throughout the year. Antarctica lies in the South Pole. That means always covered with snow. That is why it is called the White Continent. Okay, there can be a question. Why is Antarctica known as the White Continent? That means because it is covered with ice throughout the year. Europe. It is a peninsula surrounded by water on 3 sides and joined to land on the 4th side. It is known as the Peninsula of Peninsulas, Europe. Australia. It is the smallest continent of the world. It is also called the island continent. Which continent is the smallest continent? That means Australia. It is also called island continent. This is Antarctica. This one is Europe continent, and this is Australia continent. Let's do the exercise. Number 1, 71% of what is water. Tick water. Number 2, North America and South America are separated from one another by Panama Canal. Tick Panama. Number 3, Europe is a peninsula. Tick Europe. Now oceans. Vast water bodies on Earth are called oceans. There are 5 oceans in the world. Number 1 is Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean separates America from Asia. It is the largest and the deepest ocean. Number 2, Atlantic Ocean lies between Europe and America. Indian Ocean lies to the south of India. Number 4, Antarctic Ocean is now called the Southern Ocean. Number 5, Arctic Ocean lies around the North Pole. It is the smallest ocean. Let's do the exercise again. Number 1, tick Pacific. Pacific Ocean is the largest and the deepest ocean. Number 2, Antarctic. Tick Antarctic Ocean is now called the Southern Ocean. This is all for today. I will give you assignment to write down. You have to submit on time. Everyone must watch the video carefully.